Yeah, hey, you said 2:35. It's 2:34. We're
No,
early.
no. Let me explain to you why I said it at 4:35. Because there's somebody. Let's just say his name rhymes with Vlad Elkins. So, oh yeah, I'll be there at 4:30. And then you know what? He's not there at 4:30. He's not there at 4:31. He's not there at 4:32.
Well, he
so
was
it's like
actually.
it's not it's baseball time. So you got to set these weird, obscure starting times for the baseball so that everyone's on time.
I was here early, but since you didn't send it to Twitter, you sent it to Facebook instead. I didn't see it.
So that's all right. You're sporting a real Irish looking beard there for St. Patrick. That's pretty red.
Yeah, it's pretty red to me.
Thanks, I guess. It's more because it's tax season. I want to be lazy and I don't give a fuck. So
are you I mean that's pretty I don't even have that kind of red in my beard. Are you Irish at all or what? What's Elkins? Is that
you
German?
Can't see the gray here? No, I don't know. It makes no sense why I have a red beard, but it happens. Yeah, not Irish.
Well, we had a very kind donator donate $500 to Atham. I don't know why anyone would donate $500 to Atham, but somebody did. Must have said, oh, look at that pathetic guy there. So everyone, and this is the vasectomy show or the vasectomy hour.
Feel left out.
Yeah, well, you someday you'll join the superior race. Someday. But Atham, why you tell us how your vasectomy experience went?
Okay, it actually wasn't that bad. It was. I was expecting something way worse, especially when I saw the instruments, a bunch of scissors. But no, I checked in and someone complimented my the way I was dressed. Yeah, I was a gay guy. Oh well. And then I walked inside and I talked to the nurse for like 15 minutes. She got me ready. Got a junk out, spray with something really cold. Before that, the doctor came in and we were talking for a few minutes, and he was asking me like, "So, how long you've been thinking about this?" And I said, "Since I was 16, 17. I'm 37 now. Still want to do it." He's like, "Okay." I guess he
done.
Yeah,
right.
I guess he wanted to give me the fatherly talk, right? But I said that, and he told me the risks, because obviously there are risks. Yeah, there's like 1% chances that you will get chronic pain in your gonads. Yeah, and they can, for the most part, fix that with another surgery. So if you have chronic pain, you have to go back and they have to open you up again, blah blah blah. But those are really, really small percentages. They are there though. I think it's important to know that. And yeah, so then they got me ready, and then it was done in like 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, I remember when I had it. It was like, as naturally any man would. You'd be like, "Whoa, that's my junk down there," and and then it's. Now let me ask you this: have you had dental visits that were worse?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did they say if there is going to be chronic pain, did they say when it might start, or would it be like immediate if you had it?
He didn't say. No, he didn't say. I was worried at first because, right after I got out of there, I mean, I drove myself to a friend's house and where I stayed for the night, and I felt pretty normal. I mean, you could feel that something was done there.
Mm-hmm.
But I drove myself. I laid on his couch and just there, just drinking water and just talking to my friend. And a couple hours went by. And then I tried to get up. I was like, "Oh shit! Okay, give me the ice." But by the third day, I was pretty much okay. Yeah, and I did feel a few weird things here and there, but I mean, obviously, I guess things are healing up. And that I remember when he said that 1% gets chronic pain, blah blah. I was like, I hope I'm not the 1%, but no, that weird feeling went away after a couple weeks.
You got less chance of dying of COVID than that. That's well, and I wonder how much of that is like we got to say that there's a chance. Like, is it really 1%, or they just got to like say that and just because I had complications with mine, I had what was called epidemitis. Which is not your balls swelling, it's the
Skin, maybe.
No, it's the vein supply to your balls.
Oh,
that
okay.
got inflamed, and it was pain. Oh, it was way worse than the actual vasectomy. That was like, and I'm like, what the hell? And they're like, well, we'll give you antibiotics. You got an infection with that. So I did have some complications, but ever since then, I mean, this is coming up on what, 13 years, 12 years, at least a dozen years, and nothing. I have not had any problems. Thankfully, I've not had any kids. So,
Right.
but between the surgery and the epidemitis, it was nothing. It really was. I've literally, like, half my dental visits were worse than the vasectomy because it was that much painful.
Yes. Yeah, especially now that I got braces. I know.
Oh, you got braces now?
Yeah, I've had him for like a couple years now. Yeah, you can tell.
But you're still as ugly as fuck. What? Why you?
But I'm less ugly than I was before.
I got a question. I mean, it's perhaps an obvious one. Do you have to go to a urologist for this, or can you go to like a clinic or?
No, my recommendation is just go to a urologist.
Urologist.
Those are the guys who specialize in junk.
Yeah. Go to a junk dealer.
Yeah. Yeah, I called mine on I think it was December, like 15th of December, and I said, hey, I want to do this, and they said, fine, we'll schedule you for February. February 10th, so it was 2 months ahead. I was like, okay. I guess that I guess COVID was part of it, and I guess another part of it is, okay, we'll let you think about it, right? Because it's kind of a big deal. It is reversible, but don't count on it. I mean, sure, yeah. I think it's like 80% effective if you want to reverse it.
Yeah, and there's a study that I found, because what even though the vasectomy procedure is very common and many men get it, the post vasectomy fertility studies and research and exploration is actually relatively new. And there was one study, and I wish I could find it, I don't have it on me right now, where they said, okay, post vasectomy, can you directly extract sperm from the nads? And it's as cringy as you think it is, because it involves needles and things like that. And there was they call it exprofilation or something like that. And they did a study. And here's the thing about science and medicine, or just general statistics. There's no 100% guaranteed thing. I mean, there's like a 0.3% chance that undoes itself, and now you're not shooting blanks no more.
Right.
That's why you, like, at least for the first couple of years in Atham, you got to do this. You know, like, you can get it online, get a semen test, make sure you're not putting no live bullets out there in your cannon, small as it might be. Make sure you're not, because it really, you didn't, because sometimes it does heal back up, because the human body wants to reproduce.
Yeah, I have to go back in a couple months now. A couple months from now, go back and just make sure I'm shooting blanks.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
good. But anyway, the point I was trying to make beforehand is that a lot of guys are concerned, like, oh, this ends my legacy, I won't pass on my genetic material, which philosophically I don't agree with. Your genetics really ultimately doesn't matter. It's your ideas. But if you were concerned about that, the British did a study, and they took, 100 guys post vasectomy, and they were able to extract viable semen that would impregnate a woman, like if you want to do in vitro fertilization. And since women are all about egg freezing and cryogenic, Japanese anime weird 2027, science, it is possible for men that, like, okay, you have a vasectomy. Let's say you want to try and reverse it. Maybe it doesn't get reversed, but you could still directly extract sperm. Now you have to pay in vitro fertilization costs and things like that. But it really isn't as risky as they may. Oh, you may never have kids again. It's like, if you wanted to, you could. And that's the one of the main points I want to bring about with this episode.
But you have to really, really want to.
Can I tell you guys a confusing story I heard about somebody else getting a vasectomy?
Sure.
One of my clients is a bartender at basically my favorite bar here. It's called Tunes. You've never been to it.
Thanks for not taking me to your favorite bar. I've only visited you 3 or 4 times.
O'Shaughnessy,
we never went to your favorite. Is it? Oh
Nah.
wait, is O'Shaughnessy's or Tunes your favorite bar?
Well, it's Tunes, but Tunes is not your type of bar. It's very sports ball-y, so that's not a bar
Okay,
you can
all
go
right,
to.
all right. I appreciate that. Okay, continue.
So one of the bartenders is my client. He's about, I don't know, 32, 33 years old, and he's married to another bartender who doesn't work there, and she's like 42. So I was at Tunes last week doing his taxes, and you can imagine my confusion when he said, "Oh, well, I got a vasectomy. Can I write those expenses off?" And I'm like, "Dude, your wife turned 42 last year. Why did you need a vasectomy?" I mean,
Maybe
am I
still
off on
playing the
that?
field.
Well, no, but I think that's very smart of him to get a vasectomy, because do you want Down syndrome babies or babies missing a couple chromosomes or being a little bit off?
Well, no, I just figured, all he had to do was wait like a couple years, and then or a year or two, and then he literally would never impregnate her unless I'm missing
right,
something.
but weren't you the guy bitching and whining because you didn't get laid in the past 3 months? I mean, like, you can see where he'd drop $1,000 and get the vasectomy. They could have his sex with his wife whenever he wanted, right?
I guess, but when he
Or
told me
someone
she
else.
was taking, sorry, go ahead.
Or someone else.
Well,
Or someone else, right?
But I asked him, I'm like, why? I was like, does she take birth control? And he's like, oh yeah. So I guess I just don't understand that. I didn't ask him because I didn't want to be rude, but it didn't make sense to me if she's on birth control, and apparently she's the one who wanted him to do it, and he just said yes. So
one of the main, but many reasons, but one of the main reasons I had a vasectomy was because I had one too many pregnancy scares. And it doesn't matter whether you think the woman is telling the truth or not about being on birth control. Just make sure. I mean,
your own wife?
Yeah. And we're talking, it is your life. And there was one gal, and oh man, we were great. We were perfectly matched up. Everything was great. Then she wanted to get serious, and that's when things get ruined. And we're going at it. And I would have presumed, because she was so cosmopolitan, she was on birth control. Turned out no. And I made a deposit in the bank. I'm like, what? I'm like, you're getting to the clinic tomorrow fucking morning and getting the morning after pill. Right fucking, yeah. Like, and she's like, okay, I'm sorry. And it was after that I was like, okay, I cannot take a risk with this. I mean, this is not like, oh, I chose chocolate when I really wanted strawberry ice cream. This is a fucking kid, not to mention the woman that's attached to it. And that is way too much risk and liability and responsibility. And so it kind of shocked me, because this gal was pretty cool. She was like straight aces. Imagine a female incarnation of me, but female.
So pretty ugly, huh?
Yeah, she's pretty short. Can't do anything. Anyway, the fact and it made you wonder, like, you girls would lie about this, wouldn't you? And it's not what % of women would lie about it. It's not, oh, there's a 1 in 1,000 chance a terrorist would crash into the building. It's the fact that this risk exists. And for $1,000 effing bucks, or $1,200 or $500, depending on where you are with insurance and all that. Heck, some guys get it for free. You have, at least based on the studies and the research that I saw, you could still have children, but you completely take control back from women as to whether or not you're going to have a kid. And I don't know if people realize this, but if every guy got a vasectomy, a lot of feminism would go away. A lot of it would just disappear overnight.
Yeah. I just thought it was weird that it was his own wife, but I mean, it makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. Well, she didn't want it. So how's things going otherwise? It's all fine. You're having a good time. And
yep, everything works as expected. And yeah, I guess, I mean, you get that sometimes. Like, oh, you kill your balls, man. It doesn't work anymore. Yeah, sure. I think that you have 3 kids. Fuck you.
I won't say anything.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, have you ran into that? Because I was astonished about the ignorance of people's knowledge of vasectomies. They think, like, some people are like, why would you cut your nuts off? I'm like, I wouldn't. That's not what a vasectomy is.
Castration.
Yeah, it's not castration. Like, I still have a unit, and I still have, like,
just still produce
balls.
testosterone,
Yeah. But
Yeah.
have you ran into such ignorance on in your world?
Yeah. They go, oh man, it doesn't work anymore. It's like, yeah, sure. Give me your wife, I'll show you.
Did you fuck their wives or their girlfriends? Hopefully.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
We're holding out for you. We're holding out for you.
Were
No,
these
I
the
have
guys you were hanging out with the other night or last night?
Oh no, those guys are cool.
Okay.
Yeah. No, but I get mostly outrage from fellow Hispanics, like, oh my God, how could you have done that? It's like you're acting like as if I had shot a freaking nuclear missile into planet Earth. We'll be fine.
Well, why do they care?
Is there concern among the Latino community that they won't breed enough? Because I have seen plenty
right?
of Puerto Rican and Mexican women. They don't have a problem with breeding. I think we're okay. I think
no, we don't. No, we don't. No, but I get that a lot. It's like, why would you do that? Because I don't want kids. That's why I would do that.
Now your father is still alive and your mother is still alive, correct?
Yes, and my dad had a vasectomy too, by the way.
Your dad had a vasectomy too. Okay.
Yeah.
How many kids does he have?
3.
Oh, that's it?
That's it. Yeah.
He was a really good looking, though, charismatic fellow, right? And he only had 3?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, as far as we know.
Wow.
No, he was a good looking dude. Masculine, boxer, Air Force, blah, blah, blah.
I see you got your mother's looks. Yes. That's
So you're the youngest, right? Because you got the sisters.
I'm the one in the middle.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he has the older sister whose knife
My
is
favorite.
still planted in my back with salt and vinegar and bleach being poured on it regularly because she thinks you're hotter than me. And then he has a younger sister. Has the younger sister decided whether me or Chad are better looking yet? Has she voted in that competition?
That's a good question. We need to ask her.
Okay.
But you've met them. That's a little bit unfair to both of us because none of them have met me, right? So
okay. It still hurts me that I am there in person several times visiting my good friend Atham. And then there is his sister. I won't mention her name, and her younger sister. And then some idiot nobody with hair and a red beard who does taxes comes in, and she's like, "Oh yeah, he's hotter than you." And it's like, well, how deep did you want to turn the hilt of the knife while it's embedded in my back? Do you want to stab me a couple more times? What do you want to do? So I'm very upset. Very upset.
just tell her what those 3 girls said about hypothetical me when you were down in Miami. If you want to feel better.
The high thing. Oh my God, no.
Well, but here's the thing with Atham's sisters, not to kiss their ass, they're real women that work for a living. And the gals that we had in Miami were spoiled little, well, I guess 2 weren't. Okay. I can't say they're spoiled little white suburbanite brats. One was Latina. The other was, she was from Peru, but she also, obviously there's some Asian genetics involved. So she is genetically Asian, part Peruvian as well. Mm-hmm. And then there was a white gal. And yeah, they would have nothing to do with you because I lied and said you were 5'6", even though you're 5'8", apparently.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so you have an advantage there, at least. They would have probably gone out with you. Right.
But Atham sisters are liars. That's fine.
Well, there's a big difference between Hispanic girls born in here and Hispanic girls born outside, and then they came here. It's a huge difference.
Really? How so?
Hispanic girls born in here, they're just like white chicks. They just look different.
Okay.
Yeah. They're sure they have a little bit of the influence, the Hispanic influence, but they're still white chicks.
What are your sisters then? Obviously more traditional, because I mean they do work. Yeah. I mean, and
they're very, very traditional.
Okay. Are they looking for a traditional guy like Chad? Because apparently I'm a piece of shit that could never.
They're both taken now.
Oh,
are they?
Yeah, one of them is married.
I didn't know which one, the older or the younger?
The younger one.
The younger one. Okay, yeah. The older one's not married. Okay, well, I didn't know they were spoken for. Well, that's good. But
do you like her husband or?
Well, my older sister's been with her boyfriend for 10 years now.
Oh.
And the one who got married, she's been with my brother-in-law for like 5 or 6 years. Yeah.
Okay, that's serious then. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You could say.
Are they good dudes? Your brother?
Yeah, totally. It's funny because one is a white dude, the other one is a guy from Jamaica. So it's like
Whoa.
very different. But they're fucking cool, man.
Cool.
Yeah, one of them is a DJ, obviously a Jamaican guy.
Obviously, wait, he's a DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his job.
Seen his
No,
20.
that's a side gig that he has.
What does he
Oh,
do, regular or otherwise?
He works in the service industry.
Okay, all right. He's got a real job. He's a hardworking guy then.
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right. No, that's all right. That's all right.
No, I mean the DJ thing is pretty good. If he goes out, well, before COVID, he went out and spent 3 or 4 hours there and came back with $1,000. I was like, yeah,
Sure.
this works. Yeah.
No, that happened in dance class. Like, you teach dance, you get some money, but then you sell your CDs. All of a sudden, you come home sometime with $200 cash in your pocket. Like, how the hell did that happen? You can't besmirch the little side gigs like that at all. No, not at all.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
All right, let's get through some super chats here. Because I don't know about you guys, I'm okay if we end early. We're doing this more for Nana, who was the patron who donated half the money for your vasectomy. Matt R for $2. Pain level: a no scalpel vasectomy equals cavity filled. I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
Nonstop Dre, who, by the way, Chad, did you know that Nonstop Dre has an enormously huge black penis? Did you know that about Nonstop Dre?
I think this might be the first time I'm hearing about it, but I'll bet he just slays.
Hey, have you guys ever seen a Chisholm with John Wayne?
Yes, my dad loves that movie. We watch
Atham,
it every
have you
time I
seen?
visit.
Yeah, Atham, have you? No. So you got all the John Wayne movies are okay. They're pretty good. My favorite is McClintock.
It's a funny one. That's a comedy.
Well, it's a comedy, but let's see if you guys have you ever seen it, Atham?
Nope.
God Christ almighty. Okay, Chad, if you've seen it, because this uncultured slob we have in between us right now, do you know what what that story is?
You mean McClintock or Chisholm?
McClintock. Yes, it's a version of a Shakespearean play. Do you know what play it is?
Wow, I don't know. I just thought it was a really clever and hilarious, especially at the end, movie.
Where he spanks her. Yeah, he spanks.
Yeah.
Oh, Atham, you have to see this because it has Maureen O'Hara, who's a redhead with big tits, and he ends up spanking her in the ass at the end. She's in lingerie by the end of the. You would love that movie. I mean, everybody would love the movie anyway. Yeah. Okay. So
play was that, man?
Think about it. What was the whole premise of that movie?
Basically, she didn't want him, and he kind of wanted her, and he was chasing after her, and then he kind of. Well, I don't want to ruin it for people, but it was a happy ending.
You're not going to ruin it. There's no Hans Gruber falling from the rooftop.
Maybe wants to see it. I don't want to.
No. But McClintock is a play, so the enjoyment is enjoying the show.
Yeah,
and all the vignettes within that are sewn together to create the movie. But it's Taming of the Shrew. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
It's Taming of the Shrew, except in a Western setting. And I fucking love the Indians in it because they're the only sane people. They're just watching all the white people beat the shit out of each other. It's great. It's great.
My favorite line is when they're celebrating something and she walks up to John Wayne and she's like, "You reek of beer." And he goes, "Well, that's because I've been drinking beer." And then he just chugs it. I don't know.
Anyway, so there's another movie is called Chisholm, and it was the legend of John Chisholm.
Yeah.
And they sing the song throughout the whole thing. And I forgot I was going to.
Oh, Chisholm.
John Chisholm, and he's the guy who does the thing. Right. And Atham, you'd like it because he smokes a pipe in that one, too.
Oh, nice.
So I forgot what the whole point was, but there was the legend of Atham Eldecua, or somebody who got the vasectomy and never bore children again, or something, and lived a happy, rich life and never starved because he had cash. But Nonstop Dre. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. The legend of Nonstop Dre, the big man with the big black cock, would be the legend of Dre Chisholm. That's what it would be.
So, and how tall is he? 6'2"?
6'2".
Yeah, he's 6 something. Yeah.
There you go.
He's
genetic.
all about.
Your sister would probably like him more than me, of course.
And me.
When did Vlad Elkins become a lumberjack? When did you become a lumberjack, Chad?
Last night.
I think the last day I shaved, that was probably 3 weeks ago. So whenever that was.
All right. Holy shit. We got a lot of super chats. And all right, let's bang through this. Chad, helping me out here.
Clarence W for $5 Canadian. Wish I could hug my vasectomy. Saved me over 200K in support. LOL.
There you go.
Dre, how much did the snip cost? What was the worst part?
It cost, well, thanks to Aaron and company. Thanks, by the way. It was $1,000. And
Nice.
the worst part is that I couldn't have sex for like 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Really?
Ooh.
Well, it was uncomfortable.
Huh.
I tried, and I was like, nah.
Mexi Mike for $2. Rainbow Guy complimented Atham on his cherry before the cold water. Cherry balls.
Yeah.
Bacon.
This schmuck. This schmuck right here. This guy.
223. Just made it to 60 subscribers. What did I miss?
Handling. You missed handling.
Sometimes.
Yep. Sometimes. Yes. Look at this. Holy cow.
$20 Canadian from Clarence W. Missed you on the last stream, Cappy. Thanks for all the help. I run a crypto mine pulling $7,000 a month and going to college in September for free. So I'm a veteran. For wind turbine tech, I'm pulling over 20K this month. Thanks for everything.
Glad to help. Glad that everyone's making the money. And I like basically the vasectomy is like to avoid big mistakes and problems and future costs. But I like it when people play their cards right and they make money on top of profit and not merely avoiding mistakes. So I hope he makes billions of dollars.
Juan Doe for €2. Cappy was out there raw dogging STD fearless.
Yeah, I was. That was one of the great things about having a vasectomy. It's like, man, I don't need a condom. If you're concerned about pregnancy, that's it. Like you trust the girl, like no STDs. You can go ahead. Like,
there's always coitus interruptus. You know, if you
it doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Well, it doesn't always work.
Yeah, there's slip ups, literally. Dre for $2. Does Atham tell girls that he has a vasectomy? That's a great question for the future. No.
Well, the one I'm seeing right now, she knows because I told her, "Hey, I'm gonna do this," and she's like, "Oh, great! I don't want to have kids." So
hold on. I gotta tell you something, Aaron. Do you remember? I won't say who it is, but one of my good friends here, who you've met, had a vasectomy on your birthday. So
really,
2 weeks ago.
Oh, yes. With the bearded fellow that
that
has boats. Yes, I know who that is. Yes, good for him.
So he wasn't gonna. I guess I can say this because it's over. He was not going to tell his girlfriend at the time. But it turns out he wanted to break up with her anyway, so he told her like the day of, the procedure.
Yeah.
And I guess she didn't email you this time, so
should I expect an email and my advice to go unwarranted again or unheeded again?
This time it's, from what I understand, done for good, so you might get another email.
Well, there are plenty of men out there that young lady is a very attractive young woman, and she will make a guy happy because she ain't a socialist freaking bait.
She'll find somebody out here.
She'll find someone, yeah.
Fred Freeman Sowell for $2.99. More painful, recovering from a vasectomy or learning Python?
Learning Python by far.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, fuck Python.
It's not that bad of a procedure. I mean, you're all worried about it because it's your junk, as you rightly should be, but it is really not that big of a deal.
Yeah, have you had your wisdom instruments?
Have you had your wisdom teeth out, either of you?
I have mine.
Is it worse? Which was worse, the vasectomy or getting wisdom teeth?
The vasectomy was slightly worse because they knocked me out. They didn't. I was out for the whole thing. I just woke up on a table and I'm like, oh, okay. And like, drive home.
I only got local anesthesia.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm talking my teeth. When my teeth got pulled, they knocked me out completely. Yeah, and I just woke up on a table at the U of M.
Okay, gotcha.
That was pretty bad. Dre for $2. Let's test Cappy's stoicism. I've never seen Die Hard. Liar.
He's really testing it.
That's starring Sylvester Stallone, right?
Yes, Sylvester Stallone. Listen, you. I don't have to. You don't even start with me here, you Mexican. We all know what Die Hard is, and I'm sorry that Dre is gay, but I'm proud. I will support him in his lifestyle choices. We're not going to judge here. We are accepting, and we do not judge people. If you don't want to watch,
I don't
Die
think
Hard.
he's telling us the truth about that, but who knows?
I think so. Why would he lie about that? Why would he?
It feels like everybody's seen it except for Marcus.
Marcus Brown hasn't seen it, still hasn't seen. He fell asleep to it, for God's sake. How the hell do you fall asleep to Die Hard?
Yeah.
By the way, he also got a V.
He did too. That's right.
Yeah.
He did.
It's part of the club.
Judd Grover for $2. Hey, Cappy, showing his age, selling CDs. Fake CDs or real
DVDs.
CDs?
They're dance instruction DVDs. And
Oh.
I had hair down here, and there's a hot chick that I wanted to bang and didn't. And she was a Christian girl, and now she's fat and married to a Latino, which is funny because our buddy Atham is here. So
They have 7 kids.
no, it was one of those things where she got fat. She was super hot, really good looking gal. We had the same thing, but she wouldn't have sex. I mean, she'd show up naked at my place, but we wouldn't have sex. And I was like, all right, get the F out of here. And then sure enough, she's out in the middle of freaking nowhere in Minnesota with, no offense, Atham, a fat Latino dude, and they're poor. And it's like,
How many kids?
3.
Ah,
Okay.
4. Yeah. What?
it's like $1 million.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not like $1 million. It is $1 million.
Alex Patino for $5. Atham is right. Hispanic girls either born in the U.S. or even if we're born outside the U.S. but grew up here are the same suburbanite princesses.
Interesting.
Yeah, the more
Interesting.
time they spend in the U.S., the more they're white. There are white chicks who look brown. That's it.
Do they date?
Well, no, yeah, that happened with the I
That
dated
happens with Asians as well.
right. I had a Russian girl I dated. I couldn't even call her my girlfriend because I think it lasted a whole hot 2 months. But she was a ballerina. Like she was, oh my God, one of the hottest women I've ever, if not the hottest woman. The body definitely was the hottest thing I ever made a deposit into.
Do the Americanized Hispanic women, do they go for white dudes or do they try to stick to only other Americanized Latina men?
I found for the most part they don't really care that much about race. They prefer
Mhm.
Hispanic guys in general, but I see them dating everything. So
Okay.
except
No,
Asians.
yeah, when they get Americanized, I think it transcends whatever culture or race you happen to be from. Because I've seen it, because Russian is technically white, but Russia is a completely unique and different culture. She totally got Americanized. Like everything was going great. She was traditional. Everything was wonderful. And then all of a sudden, not getting calls. She's going out with her girlfriends and BFFs. And then she's, I was like, oh, okay, fine. See ya. Bye. That's how it goes. Yeah.
Mexi Mike, $2. Pull to Sean Connery, the good old days. Spank him.
We got a fair amount here. Hang on. I'm scrolling. I'm getting them.
Didn't seem like there were that. Wow, there are. You guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
They sneak up on you.
Fred for $1.99. But Atham, Chad, I want you to give me grandkids. God, my mom was going freaking insane until she finally got a grandkid. Ugh.
Oh wow.
No.
My dad doesn't know yet that I got one.
Is he gonna have something to say about that?
Nah.
No, he'll be
Nah.
all right.
Yeah, he'll be like, yeah, whatever. My mom knows, and she was like, yeah, that's okay.
Well,
What?
Chad, I was gonna ask. Now that your sister had a kid, like, is the heat off of you? Your mom just needed one, and that was it.
Well, now that's a competition because my mother's sister's daughter has 2 kids, and now my mother's brother, so my uncle, his son also has 2 kids. So now she's putting pressure on me, and I'm just like, you know what? You got your grandkid. Just stop.
Hey, if your mom wants to buy me gifts, and I'll be her grandkid, she could give me crap and money and supplies. I'll take the stuff. I'll take the gifts.
She'll buy you guys anything, pretty much. Clarence W. for $5 Canadian. Genuine Assholing has a question about joining the U.S. military as an alien to get a green card. Can you touch on that for him? Thanks.
You cannot do it. It cannot be done. They will not accept you unless you have a green card.
Wow.
There
Yeah.
used to be a program, and I think they
Mhm.
shut it down, right, Atham? Like you could join at one time you could, but I think they closed that down 3, 4, 5 years ago. So
I don't think they should have done that.
Go talk to a recruiter. You'll see. They will always say, oh, yeah, you need a green card.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I disagree, because if you're willing to serve in our military, I'll give you a little bit of a
Exactly.
leniency.
Yeah.
Unless you're a Mexican, fuck those guys.
Doug for $5. Looking forward to my no scalpel vasectomy next month. Seems easy peasy.
It is.
No scalpel.
Yeah, I think I think that's what I got. I didn't get cut. I get pierced.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
Huh.
Yeah, it was so easy. I didn't feel it. The only thing I felt was some pinching when they inject the anesthesia.
Right.
Yeah, and that was okay. Yeah,
Huh.
dog, it'll be fine. You'll be fine. It's by the time you're down, laying down on the table and they're doing stuff, and you'll be like, oh, okay, this is not so bad. And then they'll be like, okay, we're done, and you will be like, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, no, it was
Yeah.
in and out. Yeah, no, it's not bad at all.
Fred, yeah, man, for $1.99. But Chad, it's so hard for women to stay thin, hold a hard job, save money. You name it.
Show up on time. Do what they
Yeah.
say they're going to do. Wipe their own ass. Yes, it's
Get their tax work done on time. Oh, it's hard for women to do that.
Are we talking about children here?
Yes.
Jesus.
See how I did that? See what I did there? That was pretty funny. All right.
Fred for $1.99. Chad, I texted you a pic of Latina I got with that conference. All right, I'll look at that right now. And then I'll give my immediate reaction. Wow.
Is she good looking?
You can't see her face, but you can see other stuff, and I can.
Fred's a good. I hate to pay compliments because nobody likes Atham. Atham is probably one of our best looking friends. Let's just admit that. He's tall, dark, and handsome. He has the accent, and he's not a complete douche. Man, Fred's a good looking dude. Like, Fred is like, he's a 10, and he has the money. He's got the physique. And some of the gals he lands, it's kind of like, yeah, you keep going, Fred. Keep fighting for the rest of us normie conformies over here. So
I don't think Fred would be bothered about. I'm going to share something he told me a while back. He's been like all of us, or most of us here during this pandemic, we're on these damn dating apps because what else can you do? And he had a Zoom with one of them because they wanted to Zoom. And he was just telling me the shit that was coming out of this girl's mouth was like, you could have played bingo for like SJW platitudes and words. Sure. It was just painful. It sounded, and she was good looking too.
Dumb people are always good looking. They're always good looking. That's
go back to that last one, actually.
What? This one? Wando?
Yeah, I didn't
here
read
we
that
are. Sorry. All right.
€5 from Wando. Existential doubt. If girls are becoming drunk and spinsters, guys, MGTOW and vasectomies, what about survival of the species? Sounds counterproductive to me.
You know what's great about this? Atham answered this one. Why does this not concern us?
I don't care because I will be dead 40 years from now. 40 years from now.
There you go.
Who cares?
We'll be dead. We don't care.
Right.
I don't care about my species. Neither should you. You should care about yourself. Ironically, that's the best thing for the species.
Yeah. but right now I'm so disgusted with the human race. It's despicable. They're all parasites. They're all lazy. They're mentally ill. They're easily co-optable and programmable and brainwashable. I hate them. I'm just like, oh God, I can't believe I share like 99.99999% of the genetic material with you. But that 0.00001 apparently makes me like the superior person to you because I fucking think. It's disgusting.
Yeah, you got to get out of Minnesota. Go.
Thomas Landrum. All right.
Yeah, Thomas Landrum for $5. Hey, you get 50 points for diversity. Bacon for $2.23. Pro tip: go for the cauterization. You're welcome.
Where you get a vasectomy, I guess.
Yeah, you can have it burned together, or you can have it just cut and I guess sewed back together or something like that. But
mine, I don't know. I wasn't looking. Mine, I think it was just cut.
Yeah,
or whatever the fuck they did. Yeah.
Clarence W again for $5 Canadian. Cappy putting his diversity time in.
I do not put my diversity time in. I unfortunately decide to hang out with this yutz. That's the That's how lacking of like good friends I have. Oh God, we got to hang out with Atham.
He had to import. He had to import friends.
Yeah, I hung out with black guys in Miami. That's how sad and desperate I was. Yeah, even Donovan Sharp. Oh my God.
And a Middle Eastern, right? Myron is not black.
Yeah, you're right. Myron. Not only is Myron black, but he is Middle Eastern descent. I don't know if he's like a practicing Muslim, but let's just say he is. Like, oh my God, how sad have I been?
Who was that other guy? Fresh? Was that his
Fresh?
name?
Yeah,
he's
black.
I enjoyed that show. That's the first time I'd seen it.
Fresh is so cool, man. Fresh is like, and you could punch him and he'll punch back. He's a great guy. He'll take anything. He's just a good guy. You'd like him. Smart guy.
Trey Hall for $9.99. May I start a GoFundMe page for my vasectomy? It would probably work.
Of course. Hang on. Am I caught up with everything? Because I would like to get going. No, Chad.
Well, there's a few more.
Few more. Let's go, and then we're going to call it a night.
Be Strong for $2. Gen X is behind all this cancel culture. I think it's the millennials.
No, well,
No,
the millennials demand it, but Gen X allows it. They're the ones that have the like. Pepe Le Pew was not canceled by a millennial. Some Gen X fucking Nazi fuck canceled Speedy Gonzalez, Pepe Le Pew,
Dr.
and
Seuss.
Dr. Seuss. Yes, it was a Gen X fucking Karen. I guarantee you.
Now we have no representation in cartoons. Thank
I
you.
know you ain't got nothing.
Fucking
do you
idiots.
remember? Do you guys remember Slowpoke Jose?
No.
Oh, you didn't really, Chad? You don't remember Slowpoke Jose?
Speedy Gonzalez had a slower cousin.
Yeah, he had a cousin. So
he had a big gun, though.
Big gun, big six shooter. Yeah. So Speedy Gonzalez, obviously, he's running fast and he runs circles around Sylvester. But then he had Slowpoke Jose. He's like, oh no, senor. I mean, he's just like this slow rat, but he had this huge pistol. So anytime Sylvester got him, he just blasted him. It was great. He's probably gone too. So.
Yeah. Fred for $1.99. My brother's 32. His girlfriend is older than Cappy with a grandkid.
Yep. Yep. Well, that's too bad for him.
Wando for €2. Who hurt you guys? Who hurt us?
A lot of people.
Yeah, lots of people. Yeah. And you know what? We're going to take it all out on them. You know how we're going to take it all out on them?
Operation
Good Life.
Letting them live their lives while we go live superior ones. That's how we're going to do it. That's how we're going to do it, boys. Have you guys seen speaking of like cute and cuddly, boys, cute and cuddly? You guys ever see the Penguins of Madagascar?
Yeah,
No.
I did see it, but it's been a while.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So you got to watch the cartoon, The Penguins of Madagascar. Then you have to watch the movie, The Penguins of Madagascar. And then you're all going to go watch McClintock because that's all. But oh man, The Penguins of Madagascar are hilarious. It's great. I'll just leave it at that.
Christopher Anon for $5. Publish GoFundMe on Reddit. Tell you are a Republican who will get snipped when it hits 50K. Yeah, they think the lefties will all contribute to you not
maybe, yeah, that might work. So, okay, that's it. Guys, Chad, you don't want any more clients, and Atham, you don't have anything to plug.
No.
Your concluding thoughts on vasectomy, Atham, go.
It's a good idea if you're thinking about it. Probably do it.
Clarence W for $5 Canadian. The best revenge is living well. Some red pill truth.
There you go. Chad, any thoughts on vasectomies, even though you don't have one?
I don't. You guys make it sound like it's not super terrible and not all that expensive, so I may as well get one. I'll say in the next decade I'll get. Before I hit 50, I may get one.
Yeah, because you're getting laid all the time. Yeah, we got to really worry about
I am
that.
now, but I wasn't before.
Are you now?
Yeah.
All right. Atham, take us out appropriately.
Toodles.